fellow, try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Follow, 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 follow.
Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender that dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember when life was so tender that love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Follow, 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 follow,
Deep in December, it's nice to remember, although you know the snow will follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember, without a hurt, the heart is hollow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fire of September that made us mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow.
Now, let me tell you a few things you may want to know before we begin this play. First of all, the characters. A boy, a girl, two fathers, and a wall. Anything else that is needed, we can get from out of that trunk. It's hard to know what's most important, or how it all began. The boy was born, the girl was born. They grew up quickly, went to school, became shy, in their own ways and for different reasons. Read romances, studied cloud formations in the lazy afternoons, and instead of reading textbooks, tried to memorize the moon. And when the girl was 15, she was younger than the boy, she began to notice something strange. Her ugly duckling features had undergone a change. In short, she was growing pretty. For the first time in her whole life, pretty. And the shock so stunned and thrilled her that she became almost immediately, incurably insane. Observe.
The moon turns red on my birthday every year, and it always will until someone saves me and takes me to my palace.
That was a typical remark. The other symptoms vary. She thinks she's a princess, that her name must be in French, or sometimes Eurasian, although she isn't sure what that is.
You see, no one can feel the way that I feel and have a father named Amos Babcock Bellamy.
She has a glue paste necklace, which she thinks is really real.
Found it in the attic with my mother's name inside. It is my favorite possession.
It is her fancy.
It's my pride. This morning, a bird woke me up. It was a lark or a peacock or something like that. Some strange sort of bird that I'd never heard, and I said, "Hello," and it vanished. Flew away the very minute that I said hello. It was mysterious. So do you know what I did? I went over to my mirror and brushed my hair 200 times without stopping. And as I was brushing it, my
bit briefer, because it's pretty much the same.
There's this girl.
That is the essence.
There is this girl.
I warn you, this may be monotonous.
There is this girl. I'm nearly 20 years old. I've studied biology. I've had an education. I've been inside labs and dissected violets. I know the way things are. I'm grown up, stable, willing to conform. I'm beyond such foolish notions, and yet, in spite of my knowledge, there's this girl. She makes me feel young again, and foolish, and with her I perform the impossible. I defy biology to achieve ignorance. There are no other ears but hers to hear the explosion of my soul. There are no other eyes but hers to make me wise. And despite of what they say of species, there is not one plant, or animal, or any living thing that is made quite the same as she is. It's stupid, of course, I know it, and immensely undignified. But I do love her.
Look, here's the wall our fathers built between their houses.
They built it ages ago, last month, when I came home from school. Poor fools, they built it to keep us apart. I wonder if she's there now. I'll go see. I don't know what to call her. She's too vibrant for a name. Oh, what shall I call her? Juliet.
Yes, dear.
Helena.
Yes, dear.
And Cassandra. And Cleopatra. And Beatrice. And also I think she's there. Can you hear me?
Barely.
I've been speaking of you.
To whom?
To them. I told them that if someone were to ask me to describe you, I would be utterly and totally speechless, except to say perhaps that you are Polaris, or the inside of a leaf.
Speak a little louder.
I love you. If I was in the desert deep in sand, and the sun was burning like a hot pomegranate, walking through a nightmare in the heat of a summer day, until my mind was parched, then you are water, cool, clear water, a refreshing glass of water.
What, dear?
Water! You are love, better far than or can ever be. Love, you are love, my mystery of love. If the world was like an iceberg and everything was frozen and tears turned into icicles in the eye, and snow came pouring and sleet and ice came stabbing like a knife, and you are heat, a fire alive with heat, a flame that thaws the iceberg with its heat.
Repeat.
You are heat. Trustworthy star, you are. You are September, a special mystery to me, to me. You are sunlight, like mountains, valleys, the microscopic inside of a leaf. My joy, my star, my leaf. small I could get stuck.
This is madness, isn't it?
Yes, it's absolutely mad.
And also very wicked.
Yes.
I'm glad.
My father would be furious if he knew.
Listen, I've had a vision.
Of disaster?
Oh no, of azaleas. I dreamed I was picking azaleas when this duke, oh, he was very old, I'd say nearly 40, but attractive and very evil.
I hate him.
And he had a retinue of scoundrels. They were hiding behind the rhododendrons, and all at once, as I picked an azalea, he leapt out!
God, I hate him.
In my vision, how I struggled, like the rape of the Sabine women. I cried, help!
And I was nearby.
Yes! Oh, yes. You come rushing to my rescue and single-handed fight off all his men and win.
And then?
Celebration!
Fireworks.
Fiesta!
Laughter.
Our fathers give in.
Live happily ever after.
There's no reason in the world why it can't happen exactly like that. Someone's coming.
It's my father.
Yes.
Too much moisture. There are a great many things I could tell you about myself. I was once in the Navy. That's where I learned horticulture. Yes, I've been the world over. I've seen it all. The mountain cactus, the century plant, Japanese ivy, and exotic ports, where bogwort was sold in the open market. I'm a man of experience, and there is one thing that I've learned. Too much moisture is worse than none at all. Prune a plant, avoid water, and go easy on manure. Moderation, that's the moral. And that's my son's voice. Oh, hello, Father. What are you doing up in that tree?
Writing verses.
Curses!
How's that?
I offer a father's curses to the kind of education that makes our children fools. I sent this boy to school, to college, and I hope you know what that costs. Did he learn to dig a cesspool? No. He's up there reading verses. And why do I always find you standing beside that wall?
Because I'm waiting for it to fall. Besides, I like it. I like its lovely texture and its pretty little eyes.
Walls don't have eyes.
Well, then what do you call this flower?
Sweet God, he's clever.
Son, you are an ass. There you sit every day reading verses while who knows what our neighbor is up to on the other side of that wall. He's a villain and I will not have it. I will strip down those branches where an enemy could climb. I'll line that wall with bottles and I will jack it up with glass. What was that?
Some broken willow, some wounded little bird.
Maybe, but walls have ears, even though they don't have eyes. I'll just take a look. Ah! There's that stiffness, the result of my Navy career. Here, son, you climb. You can see from me.
All right, Father.
What do you see?
I love you too.
What are you mumbling about? Come on, get down from there if there's nothing to be seen. Down, I say.
Oh, I obey.
You're an idiot. I have decided you need to be married. So I went shopping this morning and I picked you out a wife. There's that sound again.
Anguished bird.
Weeping willow? It may be, but let's get back to business. Son, I picked you out a girl.
And if I prefer diamond?
How dare you prefer a diamond when I just offered you a pearl?
Listen carefully to what I have to say. Listen, wall, and flowers, and willow, too. An anguished bird, and Father, you may as well listen, too. I will not wed by your wisdom. I will not walk neatly into a church and contract out to prolongate my race. I will not go wedding in a too tight suit, nor be witness when I take my bride.
You will do as
No! I'll marry when I'm married, my own particular way. And my bride shall dress in sunlight, with rain for her wedding veil. No song, except September being sung in the busy grass. No sound, except our heartbeats roaring like a flower alive with bees. Without benefit of book, without benefit of neighbor, except perhaps hand in mine. Except perhaps her imprint, as she gives me her golden hair in the field, while kneeling, being joined by the joy of life. There, in the air, in the open, that's how I plan to life.
Son, you need pruning. Come inside and write simplicity 200 times without stopping. Perhaps that will improve your style.
Ow!
That's right, drink away. Open up your thirsty little mouths. I'm her father. Believe me, it isn't easy. Perhaps that's why I love vegetables. So dependable. You plant a radish and you know what you're about. You don't get a turnip or a cabbage, no. You plant a radish, you get a radish. You plant a turnip, you get a turnip. While with children, I thought I had planted a turnip. Or at worst, perhaps an avocado, something remotely useful. I'm a merchant. I sell buttons. What need do I have for a rose?
Oh.
There she is. Missy, you must go inside.
But I told you, Father, I'm a princess.
You're a button maker's daughter. Now go inside. Our enemy is beyond that wall. Up to something. Him and his no good son. I can... You stepped in my peppers. That does it. I'm going to put a fence by this wall. A high fence with barbed stickers. An arsenal of wire.
The fence is expensive, Papa.
Expensive? Well, I'll build it myself then. Now go inside. Do as I tell you. Is she gone yet? Ah, yes! She's gone. Hucklebee! Bellamy! Neighbor! Graham! How's the gout?
Oh, I barely notice. And your asthma?
A trifle. I endure it.
Well, it's nearly settled.
What is?
Their marriage. They're nearly ready. I hid in the bushes to listen. Oh, it's something! They're out of their minds with love! Hooray! My son, he's fantastic.
My daughter's fantastic too. They're both of them mad.
Ah, they're geese.
You know, it was a clever plan we had to build this wall.
Yes, and pretend a feud.
Just think if they knew we wanted them to wed.
A prearranged marriage?
They'd rather be dead.
Children, lovers, fantastics,
Geese.
how clever we are
How crafty to know.
to manipulate children.
You merely say,
No.
oh, dog's got to bark, mule's got to bray, soldiers must fight, and preachers must pray, and children, I guess, must get their own way. The minute that you say no, why did the kids pour jam on the cat? Raspberry jam all over the cat. Why should the kids do something like that when all that we said was no?
My son was once afraid to swim, the water made him wince, until I said he mustn't swim.
Been swimming ever since. Been swimming ever since. Oh, dog's got to bark, he's got to pray. Soldiers must fight, and preachers must pray, and children, I guess, must get their own way. The minute that you say no, why did the kids put beans in their ears? No one can hear with beans in their ears. After a while, the reason appears. They did it 'cause we said no. Your doctor brings a young man and says, do you like him, Pa? Just tell her he's a
a fool, and then you've got a son-in-law. You've got a son-in-law. Oh, sure as the June comes right after May, sure as the night comes right after day, you can be sure the devil's to pay the minute that you say no. Make sure you never say no. But there's one problem left.
How to win the feud?
Exactly. You guessed it. We mustn't let them know.
Oh no, if they knew we're
We're through.
I think I found the answer. It's delicious. Very theatrical.
Tell me.
An abduction!
Who's abducted?
Your daughter!
Who abducts her?
A professional abductor. I hired the very man!
Gentlemen, good evening.
What the devil?
Who are you?
I was sent for a maiden in distress.
Of course! You are the famous El Gallo.
Gallo.
CC.
See.
See, this is what I was about to tell you. We hired this man to assist us. He starts to kidnap your daughter. My son runs in to save her. Then, a battle.
I allow the boy to defeat me.
My son becomes a hero, and the feud is over forever.
Oh! How much for such a drop?
That, depends.
On what?
What else? The quality of the rape.
No!
Forgive me, the attempted rape, the abduction, the kidnapping, the seizure, call it what you will.
It's all right. He doesn't mean real rape.
What does he mean?
It's literary rape.
Yes, as in the Latin rapere, to seize by force.
Of course.
An abduction.
Absolutely.
Well, it doesn't sound right to me.
It is though, I assure you. As a matter of fact, it's standard.
Oh?
Oh?
Oh yes. The lovers meet in secret. And so forth. A group of villains interrupts them. And so forth. The boy fights off pirates, Indians, bandits. The parents relent. Happy ending, and so forth. All of it's quite standard.
What about the cost and so forth?
Cost goes by type. I think in your case, I'd have to recommend a first class.
Oh, you mean we get a choice?
Yes, of course, with regular union rates. Abductions, theatrical abductions, complete with maidens in distress and fabulous productions, with moonlight and so forth, with China silk and so forth. The sort of thing you see upon the operatic stage. Two lovers are meeting, their happiness is fleeting, for all at once a band of men